Hello. Okay, I am having a bit of an existential crisis because I am trying to post some new writing and it doesn't have the song that I want to use. So, that was the one I had my heart set on and it's just not working. What's going on with my program now? What do you mean it'll experience buffering? Why is it being weird? Thanks, guys. Hold on, let me clean off this table. Okay. Could help us all. All right. All right. Are we good? Can you guys see me okay? Is everything okay? What's up, Kinez? Oh no, not Kinez, Michaela. What's up, Michaela? What's going on? So I already posted it on my community post. Okay. But I thought that something was really weird. So I was on something. I was scrolling something and I noticed that somebody had posted a conspiracy theory about 9/11. And I was like, how interesting, right? And then I was like, I wonder what the astrology looked like that day. I had just never looked it up. I don't think I had ever looked it up. So I looked it up and I saw that Mars was in Capricorn and it was making a conjunction to the South Node in Capricorn. I thought, how interesting. And I know that we're coming up on a Mars conjunct the South Node again. So it was very coincidental that I just happened to look that up and notice that. And I thought, well, Mars is destruction and war. And the South Node is about letting go and release. And Capricorn is about the government. It can be about businesses, government buildings, okay, things like that. And I thought, wow, how absolutely on par for 9/11. And then I noticed, like I just said, Mars in a conjunction to the South Node in Virgo. Well, how interesting with everything that's going on with Iran and America and the president. Okay. I thought that is just so interesting because we're having another conjunction here. Of course, other astrology was happening at the same time, but Virgo represents like hospitals, the health system, clinics, wellness. It can represent like teaching or like schools. And so while I'm not like a certified professional astrologer, I just really thought that was quite interesting. And I am obviously very nervous about that. My kids are literally like traveling. July 20th, by the way, this is happening, some days before and certainly thereafter. Um, just really interesting. I am not, that makes me so uncomfortable if I'm going to be totally real with you. I don't like that at all. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's nothing like that, obviously. That was a insanely tragic event, but I just found that to be incredibly cryptic and weird, and I thought it was bizarre because the only reason I even looked up the astrology of 9/11 is because of that guy who made the conspiracy theory video. And I was like, wait, Mars is going to conjunct the South Node in Virgo in July. And then I saw a video about Iran, and I was like, "Oh my god." So anyway, I hope we all have our shitting pants on. Don't let them go see too much TSV. I don't know what TSV is. But like how do I explain, cuz I'm not the one that is taking them. It's my the father of my kids, and I'm just like, I don't really like that. I don't really, you know, and I'm a very big overthinker, paranoid person, so I'm just like, this is making me uncomfortable, but maybe I'm just overthinking it, right? But I just saw that and that made me super weirded out, man. Right, Lori. Right. So July 20th, I should hide under the bed. Nope, not telling anybody to hide under the bed, but Mars conjunct the South Node is no easy transit, certainly. It's no easy transit. It's not it's not usually a walk in the park. I mean, sometimes it can be the release of something. Maybe it's the release of something good, right? But we also have to remember, like, Pluto was in Capricorn during that time, right? No, was Pluto? No, Pluto wasn't in Capricorn. Fuck, I can't remember if Pluto was in Capricorn. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and I don't think that it was. No, it was. No, I don't think that it was. Okay, no, it was not. So Pluto was in Sagittarius. Pluto was in Sagittarius that year. Interesting. So Pluto wasn't in Capricorn yet. Anyway, I could sit here and do this all day. That's why I need astrology friends. So I'm just not going to do it to you. Thank you, Dina. Yes. Um, Cells for what may be possible. That is correct. What's up, Moon Sun? Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm doing good. I've just been writing a lot more than anything. Writing. Speaking of, I need to find a new song for my post now. And maybe I'll just put this in a draft. Can I draft this? Fuck. How do I draft this? Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just come back to it. Fuck it. Let me go plug this in. Hold on. It was just so interesting that, like, I stumbled upon that. It was just really interesting. Anyway, guys, welcome to All Signs. Welcome to All Signs. We're gonna be taking a look at you and your person if you have a person. If you don't have a person, well, welcome to the club, darling. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. But you can hang out with me regardless. But let's go ahead and take a look at you and the person that is on your mind. And make sure that you check all of your placements because it really doesn't fucking matter. Why? Because these are general readings and it just really doesn't matter unless you get a personal one. So, nonetheless, I hope you enjoy yourself. Also, if you want to book a super chat question, then you can do so right here on YouTube. All questions can be asked directly through YouTube today. Okay. There we go. I think that I have. Nope. There we go. I have you starting on Pisces if that works. That does work. Yes, it does light me up. I absolutely love it. I'm back with my little group of writers. So, I used to take screenwriting and then I took fiction a little bit or whatever. And I still have some friends that I talk to from my fiction class, and so we're on a group chat together, and so I have my little setup meeting that we're having on Thursday, and I'm so excited. I really need to be, if I'm going to be around people, I need to be around creative people. I have to be around creative people, and it's kind of like, because I have been sober for almost 6 years, right? It's kind of like being around people in general sometimes feels like going to a party when you are the only sober person and you just end up getting really annoyed and you just kind of want to leave. You know what I mean? Not that anybody's doing anything wrong. I'm just like, oh God. What's up, Casey? What's up, Complexity? Tom, it's good to see you. So I'm just like, I don't know. Trying to retire from dog grooming and spent the rest of my days being a professional astrologer. Now that I can get with. That's what I want to do. Like, I really want to move to Edinburgh, Scotland. Like that, Scotland. Not Scotsland, Scotland. I really want to move to Edinburgh, Scotland. Have you seen the architecture? It is quite literally the architectural depiction of my soul. I love it so much. It's so fucking beautiful, honestly. And it rains there often from my understanding, which is like a huge, I don't even want to say it's a plus. It would honestly be a non-negotiable. Okay. Like if I were to retire somewhere, not, I'm saying that to make fun of me because I don't think I'll ever like have a retirement plan. I'm the worst. I feel like I just like luck out a lot. Anyways, so like I have to reside somewhere that has rain. I just need it. I need the rain tippy tapping on the window, okay? Like I I need it. The land of the Scots. Michael Scots. Yeah. It makes total sense considering your God and Vikings. Oh my God, yeah. Oh God, I love Game of Thrones and Vikings, honestly. Been in Northern Ireland. Everybody had always asked, or everybody, when people ask me, like, oh, if you could go anywhere in the world, like, where would it be? And I was always like, Ireland, because it's so gorgeous. Until I saw Edinburgh. And I was like, I might have to cheat on Ireland. Like, yeah, just a little. So, um, I'm gonna have to go to that particular place. That particular place right there. That is where I need to be. Okay. I have to be there. I really don't know, Michaela. I never saw Outlander. I feel like a screenplay by you would be so freaking perfect. Please create something that combines writing and visuals. And I totally feel the same about needing creatives around me. Yes, I'm trying to do that now, but I'm not very good with recording things myself. I'm really good with having a vision for something, but I would need somebody else to like record it for me. I'm really good with editing as well. I'm great with editing video. I feel like I could be so much better if I had like professional classes or something, but working with what I got, I wish so bad that I could. You know who's really good at it is my daughter Nirvana. What's up, Carmelita? My daughter Nirvana, she takes some of the best pictures. Like, I'm just like, how do you have this talent? Like, it's she's so good for. Oh my God, she's gonna be 13 this weekend. I bought her some Taylor Swift stuff. I hope she's not watching this, but I bought her some Taylor Swift stuff that I know that she's just gonna love. So I'm very excited. But yeah, she's really good with that stuff. So I need to have her help me do that. I was thinking of asking her when I get her next week. Hey, can you help me for my poetry videos? Like film me? Like, I don't know, weird, awkward. I just finished a novel on Irish legends. Really? Did you like it? Have you checked your cartography for Scotland for yourself? I have not, and that is a great idea. Do you know, fun fact, anybody that knows anything about cartography, I have been living on my Chiron line since I was 20, and I'm 38. I've been living, do you understand? I've been living on my Chiron line. My Chiron line. Okay. For almost 20 years. Like, it all makes so much sense, right? When I discovered cartography, and I was like, oh, well, like, I wonder what line I'm living on. And I went to go fucking look. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm living on my Chiron line. Got it. Please get me in the out of here. I hate it here. But I'm stuck here. Okay, Trisha. Love that. Shit, at this point, I'm ready to go anywhere. I'm ready to get out of this place. Girl, I know. It's been rough, to say the least. The Black Tongue Thief, a novel by Christopher Buhlman? I've never heard of him before. Is it like fiction? Is it mystery? What is it? I'm living in my Pluto line. Oh, gross. Hate that. Mexico? I don't know about all that. No, I need to be where the people are. No, I actually don't. Edinburgh, Scotland. That's where I really want to go. Hold on. Bad Lady Vet had said something like way up here, and I meant to read it, and then like, okay, sorry. Bad Lady Vet, I just want to thank you. You have no idea how much of an impact you've had on my spiritual journey. You are a rare piece. I will be getting a one-on-one soon. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I could help. What's up, underdog? Come back to Oregon. That would be me living on my Mars line. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's my Mars line. I live in Baja, California. You're so lucky you live in California. It's fantasy yet based on Irish legends that are very old. That's so cool. Okay, I have like talked for like 20 minutes. I'm really sorry. But I did want to, you know, push that past you guys. Um for the Mars conjunct South node. I don't know what's gonna happen late July. Um my astrology looks like hell around that time. I think I have like Mars squaring my Uranus and Sagittarius in the 8th house and like some other crazy shit that it just looks so gross. So not looking forward to that, right? Okay. Um Lori Lothian, the astrologer, she's like, okay, guys, think about what was going on in 1989 because you may see some repeating, whatever. And I'm like, my dad died. Like, what? No, she specifically said, did she say August? I can't remember, but she said, what happened in 1989? I was like, in which my fucking dad died, bitch. Like, oh, and I went to go back and live with my mom. Like, I don't know. So I don't want to think about it, honestly. But I can't, of course, once I have a seed planted in my head, I continuously water it with obsessive thinking and self deprecating thoughts. Um, Anyway, nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for listening to me talk. Those of you that decided to stay and listen to my antics. If you have not liked the stream and you're feeling generous, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during this live, then you can book right here on YouTube. Here's the little menu. Please enjoy yourself. And we're going to be taking a look at all signs, Aries through to Pisces. But I think that we're going to start with Pisces first and work our way up to Aries. And we're going to be taking a look at you and whoever it is that's on your mind. So whether it's an ex, a boss, a friend, whatever, you can apply it as you may. Obviously, I focus more on romantic readings, but if you feel like you need to kind of take out the romantic gibberish in the middle of it to be able to make it make sense, then do that, okay? Okay. Thank you, Nina. That woman is so full of information. Yeah, she absolutely cracks me up because she's so funny to me. She will be like talking about something and then she'll like trail off and like laugh to herself and then she'll like come back and try to focus on the thing and then she'll just kind of like stare out her window for a minute and I'm like, I love that she calls herself lunatic astrology because honestly it's so fitting. And I don't say that in a bad way, but like the Aquarius rising is very obvious. You know what I'm saying? I believe she's an Aquarius rising, Aries sun, Aries moon, but that Aquarius is very, very prominent. Oh my God, it's so funny. 1989, I started my 25-year stretch of traveling through the USA via car in 2-week stretches, went through 32 states in those 20. Damn! No thanks. That's incredible. I could never do it. Could never be me, honestly. I would vomit all over your car. Okay? I would vomit all over your car. That is not for me. I get so car sick, dude. Anyway, nobody gives a shit about my pity parties. Let's go ahead and take a look at Pisces, okay? All right. What's going on, Pisces? I hope you guys are having a great day, a great week so far. Let's go ahead and check out, excuse me, what's going on for the rest of June between you and your person, okay? Your feelings, the Seven of Cups reversed. How you see them is the Seven of Wands. Their feelings for you, the Strength reversed. How they see you is the King of Pentacles reversed. You may be a masculine because the second person is viewing the first person as a masculine, but as always, I'm going to read to you as if you're the first person and your person is the second person. So let's see that Seven of Cups reversed. With the Ace of Swords reversed. Whew. So this to me is like a huge reality check that you don't want to be honest with yourself about. And it's coming from something that needed to change for a very long time and it essentially didn't. So what happened now is because you refused to change it or there was just a refusal to let go. It's this sense of you feeling like you don't really have a choice now because something is long overdue. And so while you're getting a reality check, it almost feels like the reality check that you're getting in June kind of feels like you don't, it's almost like you don't want to believe it, but it's a truth that you simply can't ignore. What's the truth? The star reversed. It can be that there's not a whole lot of hope in this, or that you have essentially lost your faith in this, or that somebody that you're dealing with has lost their faith in one in one way or another. And so I know that sounds really shitty, but it's not the end all be all. It doesn't mean that, life is just going to turn upside down. Well, I mean, we are living in a weird era right now, so like maybe, but as far as this connection goes, it just feels like there's a huge awakening that you're having, but it's like you keep trying to, it's like you're waking up and then you keep trying to just squint your eyes like this so you don't have to see the truth either about yourself or about this person. So it feels pretty volatile. Nonetheless, there is a reason that it's happening. How you see them is the 7 of Wands with the 6 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. For some of you, you can feel like this is somebody who feels as though they need to defend themselves against you in some way, regardless of the connection or the intimacy, or regardless if you guys are on a collaboration together or you guys are attempting to get on the same page, or, whatever it is, regardless if there's good memories or positive memories, you can feel like this person is really maintaining their stance on themselves and defending themselves in some way, or maybe even standing up for themselves in some way also. And so why is that? Why the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Wands reversed? It almost feels like something is not up for debate. That's what it looks like to me. Like, there's still the way that you're viewing them in June is still somebody who's very loving, still somebody who is very kind, but you also are seeing them as somebody who's not going to argue with you or fight with you. It feels like they're implementing very strong boundaries and they're not going to back down. That's really what it looks like to me. In their feelings for you, we have the Strength reversed, the High Priestess, and the 6 of Wands reversed. They don't have I'm going to be totally 100% honest with you, Pisces. This is somebody that doesn't have a whole lot of faith. They don't have a whole lot of confidence in this. And they already feel like this has failed in some way, or it's going to fail. They're trying not to give something too much attention, or they feel like they don't really want to give something too much attention because intuitively they feel like they understand something. What's the High Priestess? The 3 of Wands reversed, that something really isn't going to work out the way that they want, or there's really not very much room for growth. Like, maybe there's potential. Okay, that's great. There's potential in literally everything. But if we're not doing something to be able to take advantage of that potential or of that opportunity, then it's nothing. It means absolutely nothing. It really does. So, I feel like there's this doubt and this frustration because they feel like something can't grow. And usually when potential is not being lived, it's because it's not being acted upon. How they see you is the King of Pentacles reversed and the 2 of Wands reversed. They're kind of looking at you like you're okay. So if you guys have been separated from this person, or you are separating from this person for the rest of June, they see you as coming back together, or it can be that they see you as somebody who's trying to take accountability for something and be very honest, but they also feel like you're being stubborn about it. So in the way that you're taking accountability, it's like I remember this one time, like, there was somebody that had physically abused me, okay? And it had been like years since this had happened, and like they wanted to meet with me in a public place, right? And so I did. And like this person really hurt me, okay? Like really, really hurt me. And so I met with them in a public place, and they were trying to apologize, and I remember just, like, sitting there, I felt very calm, like, I didn't feel, like, fear or even anger, really. I was just like, this is curious." And I'm not saying that you've abused this person, okay? I'm just telling you an example. And I remember, like, looking across from them, and they're like, "Well, yeah, like, I'm sorry." And I'm like, I kinda feel like, you know, for for you to do what you have done, I feel like you should at least give an apology with a little less ego. You know what I'm saying? Like is there any sincerity? But you could see that there was still shame there, but they were projecting that onto me by the way that they were speaking to me. And that's kind of how this person is seeing you in June. So they're kind of looking at you like, okay, are you going to be different? You know? So let's see your advice or the first person's advice. The Seven of Pentacles. This is asking you, what are you really invested in and how invested are you? And are there other things that you should be invested in, like your finances or your growth or whatever? But it's saying if you're going to invest in something, right, whether that's emotionally, spiritually, mentally, financially, do it to the absolute best of your ability, because that is the way that you're going to get the return or receive your biggest reward. So it's basically like what you put in is what you're going to get back. And sometimes tenfold, well, always tenfold, whether it's negative or positive. So it's really something to think about when you go spending your energy on things. The Three of Cups for the second person is your advice. So this is about maybe starting at a friendship base with somebody, or this is more so about keeping it casual and keeping it friendly. And this is Mercury in Cancer, and we're actually in Mercury in Cancer right now, so that's kind of cute, right? But Mercury in Cancer is initiating conversations that have a strong emotional basis around them. And this is where we can discuss like past times, or we can even be very understanding and empathetic towards one another. But keep in mind, you know, cancers, they always get that reputation for being crybabies and stuff, but they have that hard shell and they are a cardinal sign. And so Cancerian energy will very much protect itself and keep its boundaries up if it needs to. And so I feel like second person, it may be telling you to do that as well. So that is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you guys so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question and get your cards read during this live, then you can go ahead and book right here on YouTube. The menu is right here. Have a good week, Pisces. Love you to pieces. Please reverse that if you need to. Alrighty. Thank you, Maria. Alrighty. What's up, Tanya? That's okay. Honestly, I sat here and talked for like 30 minutes. Really, don't worry about it. Well, I'm sure you guys already know that I'm sweating and I have to go put on shorts. So okay, thank you guys so much for waiting. Let's go ahead and move on to Aquarius. What's going on, Aquarius? I hope you guys are having a great week so far. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person. Your feelings. Okay, the Sun. How you see this person is the Five of Swords reversed. Their feelings for you, the Page of Cups reversed, and how they see you is the Nine of Wands reversed. Okay, so let's see your feelings. The Sun, got Leo energy, Gemini energy, the Knight of Swords, and the Justice. Love this. 100%. I absolutely love this. I mean, for the rest of June, you seem to be pretty optimistic about things, and not only optimistic, but very confident. And I feel like the confidence is coming from speaking your own truth and knowing what that truth means to you. You want to do the right thing and the just thing. And there may even be some kind of higher level of commitment that you're inquiring about when it comes to this particular individual. I think that you also believe that it's equal and it feels equal from my understanding. So if you're like, yeah, this is not how I feel about a person in my life, Maybe it's somebody new, you know what I mean? So it seems like you're very happy. This person makes you really happy. You're trying to find out everything that you possibly can about them while probably very likely revealing very much about yourself and your thoughts and your own personal truth and what you want in a commitment, or certain decisions that you want to make when it comes to maybe an intellectual or even creative pursuits. So, I mean, it looks really, really positive. It looks good. I mean, I don't have anything negative to say. And then the devil wants to come out, but of course. The 5 of swords reversed, the devil, and the death card. Well, I actually like that the devil is in the upright next to the death in the upright, because this tells me that if there have been any toxic behaviors, red flag kind of patterns or things, if there have been some kind of addictions or whatever fears, something that maybe was holding this person back and really empowering them, something about that is ending or something about that is changing, at least in the way that you're perceiving it. So, for instance, this person could have ended up kind of like losing out or losing out on a lot because of whatever these behaviors were. So, for instance, if this person had an addiction and the addiction really took over their life, and then they ended up losing their job because of it, right? Sounds really crappy, but sometimes these things happen because it's a wake up call. It's a call to action. It's a call to, hey, this thing is really fucking up your life. And if you don't change it, it's going to fuck you up even worse, right? Excuse my language. And so there's an evolutionary process that's taking place. And I know that you guys love that word evolutionary more than any other sign, I would imagine. And so I think that it almost feels like you're supporting this person through something. Um, Feelings that this person has for you: Page of Cups reversed, Three of Swords reversed, and the Five of Pentacles reversed. So I'm going to be 100% honest, okay? You know that I will. This is somebody who is definitely pretty heartbroken about things, and they can even feel like the victim in a certain circumstance. And shit, maybe they are. I don't know. I don't know this person. That maybe this person's parents were drug addicts as well, and like they fell into that. And of course, anybody would feel like a victim with something like that, especially with having these external influences and becoming a product of their own surroundings, right? It's like, oldest story in the book. And so maybe this person has a reason for feeling that way, and that's fine. But I feel like with that 5 of Pentacles in reverse, this is somebody who is learning how to overcome that or release those things that are holding them back in some way. And that's what they feel. And I think that they believe that you've had or you've played or you will be playing some kind of part in this altogether. And I do think that they're healing, but I also think that there's certain things about this that they're learning that need to change. Like maybe it's their relationship to money. Maybe they have some serious self-worth or self-value issues. Maybe this is somebody who has severe abandonment issues and so they sabotage every relationship they're in. I mean, whatever, right? But they are overcoming it. Now, for some of you, for a very few of you, you may have broke this person's heart. And so there may be some reconnection between the two of you if there has been some kind of fallout. So, how this person is viewing you for the rest of June. Okay. So this person seems to feel like the power is kind of in your hands, but you're not really doing anything with it. It's like this energy of it's interesting because this person does feel like a victim, and it's almost like you're becoming a bit of a crutch in a way. Like they're leaning on you and having certain expectations on you to step up in some way. And maybe that's totally valid. Like I said, I don't know your guys' personal story. And so they see with that 9 of Wands reverse. So there's an opening, a vulnerability, or a kind of letting your guard down in some way. But they may also feel like you have some paranoias, or you're not truly fighting for this, but you have the power to do so. If anything, you're just kind of stagnant even though you have, it's like somebody sitting on a winning lottery ticket, in a way. And I'm not saying that they feel like you have the power to make all this money. It's just a metaphor. So it's like they're looking at you like you have all of the power to make something happen, but you're not, basically. So for the first person's advice, you have the Lovers. So this is about making a decision that is not just going to honor you, but honor your partner or the person that you are connected to. It can also be about opening yourself up to conversation and more intimacy, and through conversation, more intimacy can transpire. The second person, the Two of Cups reversed. So this can be about like being committed to misunderstanding somebody. So I want to say try to open yourself up to be more empathetic or understanding, or being able to put the shoe on the other foot, or, just having a more compassionate understanding of another person. This can also be like, if there's this energy of you feeling disconnected between you and this person, you are also going to have to open up. You're going to have to let your walls down, let your guard down in order to let more things in. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. Thanks a lot, Aquarius. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your June. What's going on, Capricorn? I need a water. I'll just get one after this. What's going on, Capricorn? I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person. In your feelings, the Queen of Wands. So you're feeling pretty confident. That's good. The Queen of Swords for how you see this person. Okay, so for some of you, this can be a same-sex relationship. Not for all of you. Six of Pentacles for their feelings, and the Hermit reversed for how they see you. So let's see that Queen of Wands for your feelings. So if this person's a feminine, then this may be this person in your feelings. Wow. Too many cooks in the kitchen. For some of you, there are multiple parties involved, okay? Something may not be working out with another person. You may be trying to go out and kind of see what else is out there. For some of you, you're in this element where you don't want to commit right now with that Queen of Pentacles reverse, and you just really want to take initiative. You want to go out there, you want to have fun. You want to cut the rug a little, or whatever the case is, right? Whatever they say. And it seems like you're just kind of having fun for now. It can also be that one relationship is not working out, and so you may be entering another one for some of you, okay? You seem to be very attracted to this person. You may be feeling very attractive yourself. What's that Queen of Pentacles reversed? The Hangman. I feel like you may be starting to see commitment differently. You may have to sacrifice one person for another, or you may be sacrificing an old way that you used to approach relationships before. So maybe where you were all about commitment, and you were all about taking initiative in that way, and, kind of working together with another person and showing up as very nurturing and all of these things. Maybe you're showing up as like, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks, and this is how I want to do shit, Queen of Wands. And so maybe that's kind of like the approach that you're taking now. So, but for some of you, it is that you are letting go of one person in order to get with another person. Okay. How you see this person, whoever this is the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Swords reversed, and the Ace of Cups reversed. So you're viewing this as somebody who is really not showing up in the most vulnerable way. This person seems to be having a conversation with you maybe, or there's some level of communication, but really you feel like they're a bit cold and you feel like they don't care that much, or they're really not stressed about stuff, or they're really not worried about it, whatever it is. And it seems like they're more so giving to themselves than anybody else. At least that's how you're seeing it. The Queen of Swords is usually depicted as a woman who has really had her heart thrashed about. And so now she focuses more on money, or she's a little bit more, she's just a lot wiser, right? So there's something about this person that you're viewing in this way. It's not like this person is being mean, at least with how you're seeing it. They don't seem to be angry or mean, but they are quite stern and they're not showing up super vulnerable, but they're polite and fair, I guess you could say. This person's feelings for you, the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups reversed, ugh, and the Ten of Swords reversed. Okay. So this person is giving you crumbs because they feel that if they give you any more than that, that you will eat up everything in their fucking house and then blame them for your tummy ache. That needs to be on a t-shirt somewhere. But that is what I got. So this is somebody who wants to be generous with you with that Six of Pentacles. They want to be generous. I do think that they value you. But that Nine of Cups reversed, Ten of Swords reversed makes me feel like they have not overcome something, or they're not over something that you and them have been through. So the Ten of Swords reverse can sometimes show up when we're not letting go of a betrayal, right? Hey, maybe rightfully so. I don't know this person and I don't know you. But they can be feeling like, yeah, it doesn't matter how much I give, it's never going to be enough, or I'm never going to get what I want from it. So it can kind of be that energy. And it's because there is something in their mind that they're having a hard time unfeeling or letting go of. So they're kind of in this negative mindset about you and about the situation. What's the Ten of Swords reversed? The King of Cups. Is that you? Mm. There may have been like a lot of love here, but that love may have been very betrayed, or this person could feel like it was a false love or something like that. Okay. Whew. The Hermit reversed for how they see you. Why are there so many court cards? There's so many people here. I feel like there's such a huge influence on this relationship. Like, I don't know if you got a bunch of people in your corner and they're influencing your decision making around this person, or vice versa, but there's like a lot going on. So, this is somebody who views you as kind of coming out of hermit mode, coming out of hiding. If you've been spending some time by yourself or whatever it is, they feel like you're coming about. And they may feel like you're either A, trying to show off a new relationship, right? Like trying to control their emotions by showing off a new relationship. There's so many court cards here. Or it's that there's some kind of mutual love here, yes, and they feel like you may be acting on that, but they also believe that you're trying to control it too much, or you're trying to have the upper hand in some way, whether that's true or not. Jeez, Capricorn. So for the first person, your advice is the Empress reversed. So this can be really about knowing your worth and not chasing somebody down for a day old wiener, or this can be from 7-Eleven. This can also be when you are trying too hard or pushing too hard for something because you feel like that's what you need to do in order to receive. The second person, your advice is to be very logical and honest when it comes to your dealings with this person. Like, this is not the time where you lie or make up shit or be vague. Like, this is about honest, cut and dry communication. Okay. Weird reading, Capricorn. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. The menu is right there. All right, let's move on. What's going on, Cindy? How you doing? What's up, Donna? All right. Let me get a water. One sec. I got a bite of a Honeycrisp apple. It's so good. I just couldn't resist. Okay. Sagittarius, welcome. I hope you guys are doing awesome. Let's go ahead and see you in your person for the rest of June 2025. Your feelings, the world reversed. How you see this person is the Fool. Their feelings for you, the Eight of Cups reversed. And how they see you is the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Definitely a past person. The World reversed, the Four of Swords reversed, and the Moon reversed. You're certainly not over it. You feel this longing, this lingering. You still are not totally healed from it. There may even be some fears or feelings that you're projecting onto this person. There are certain things that you're having a hard time letting go of. Sometimes you try to shove them down, or you try to ignore them, or you try to pretend like they're not there. Or you try to pretend like you're not feeling your feelings. Some of you may isolate. Some of you may, excuse me, may utilize escapism as some form of a coping mechanism, but really it just continuously repeats itself and it shows up over and over and over again until you're tired and blue in the face from trying to hold it all down. What's the Moon reversed? The Knight of Cups. Ooh, you know what this reminds me of? Sometimes I feel, you're going to think I'm corny. I am an INFP, so forgive me. But sometimes I literally feel like I am bursting at the seams with love to give, and I have to fucking put it somewhere. Like it feels uncontrollable. So my poor cat, God bless her soul. But I will just have to like literally hold her there and just kiss her and love her like for like 5 minutes straight. Like I have to get it out of my system. That's what this feels like. Like a gasket, bitch. Like you're gonna blow a gasket. You're gonna pop a vein. You're gonna pop a blood vessel. Like it's a very, like, you gotta put it somewhere. I would say creativity for this kind of thing can really be beneficial for you. So something to consider, right? How you view this person is the Fool, the Hierophant reversed, and the King of Wands reversed. Have you ever met someone that was like so dumb, and it didn't matter how much you tried to show them, like you could have physical proof, of it, and it just doesn't matter because they're going to believe what they're going to believe, or they don't want to believe you because maybe you were right about something and now they have an ego about it, and it's harder for them to just admit that you were right instead of just being like, oh shit, I guess you were right. And that's how you're seeing them in a way. Like, that's how you see them. And it doesn't mean that's what it is. It doesn't mean that's their truth. Okay. But that's how you see it. And you're kind of like, oh my God. And you're kind of looking at them like, that is not an attractive enough hill to die on. Like, this is not what you want for yourself. Because you see them as being just totally stubborn about something. And you're like, yeah, you're not like right though. Sometimes peace is being better than being right, you know? And their feelings, Eight of Cups reversed, Eight of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Pentacles reversed. Well, there's your culprit right there. This is someone who is delusional in a way. They, forgive me, cross watcher, I love you. Flip it if you need to. This is somebody who keeps going back to something that is unrealistic. I don't know if it's this relationship, I don't know if it's this thought process, but it really makes me feel like they're very convinced of this truth about themselves or about whatever. But the Eight of Pentacles reversed is somebody who's actually not doing the work. They're not making the changes. They're not putting in the effort that they should. And it's because of that Knight of Pentacles reverse. It's because they're looking at you and criticizing you about yourself and what you need to change and what you need to do and what you did. So this person, believe it or not, they secretly do care about what you think. And so I think it's important for them to save face or to appear in a way that justifies their behavior, I guess you could say. But I do want to say, listen, I would not usually say this, but Sagittarius, I do not think that you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right about everything, but I don't think that you're wrong about this. Like, if, like, for what I mean by that, if you and this person have been in an argument, you're probably right about something and they might not like that. How they see you is the Four of Pentacles, that, well, there you are, the Temperance reversed, and the Page of Wands. So they definitely see you as holding back and possibly even judging them. Okay, maybe rightfully so. I don't know why I'm getting judgment on that Four of Pentacles. It just feels judgy to me, right? And they feel like you're being very cautious because you're not at peace with how something has gone or essentially how something is going. And so they feel like you're kind of like, you got your toe in the pool a little bit, right? You got your toe in the water, but you're like, I'm not fucking diving in there because you're not confident in it. Page of Pentacles reversed for your advice. Well, ask yourself if you're being manipulated. And secondly, ask yourself if this is something that you truly want to put an effort into and how much emotional or mental labor is worth it to you. Page of Swords, I told you. I I told you. I literally told you. I freaking knew it. So, advice for the second person, it's a very important that you get your facts straight because I feel like you don't know. I feel like you're assuming a lot of things and you're making yourself look like an asshat. I'm just being 100% with you. I'm just going to lay it on you. Page of Swords reversed is somebody who has misinformation, who has been misinformed, who believes their own bullshit because they're biased or because of whatever, or they're closed-minded or whatever. And it's like, okay, if you want to die on that hill, like, die on that hill. But the flag that you're posting up on your little hill that you're dying on is literally a sigil of, like, a guy wrapped in tinfoil that thinks he's a knight in shining armor. Seriously. Not even joking. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question with me, feel free to book right here via YouTube. The menu is right there. Thanks a lot, Sag. Have a good one. I just can't. I too have gotten the love zippies. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty bad before. Like, the noises that come out of my mouth when I have the love zoomies should only come out of the mouth of a child or a small animal. This is kind of who I am, honestly. All right, let's move on. What's going on, Scorpio? I hope you guys are having a great June so far. Welcome. Let's go ahead and see what is going on for you for the rest of June 2025 between you and your person. Nine of Pentacles reversed for your feelings for them. The Five of Cups reversed for how you see them. The Ten of Wands reversed for their feelings for you. And the Eight of Wands reversed for how they see you. Okay. Tell me about that Nine of Pentacles reversed for Scorpio's feelings. You may be in a relationship with this person for some of you. Okay. So this is somebody who feels as though they need to offer more than what they have available to them in order to prove to somebody else that they love them. This is somebody who, this is you, okay? Reverse it if you need to. This can be the type of person who feels like they need to act in a certain way, even in a derogatory way sometimes, or they need to be a little machismo or whatever it's called and puff their chest out and do that little bird mating call dance, whatever, in order to get this person to just love them. But what you're going to find is in the end, you're going to end up over promising and under delivering, which is going to lead to a lot of disappointment, not just from this person, but also within yourself. And you're going to find yourself like a chicken with its head cut off trying to chase its tail in the connection. Do I think that there's love? Absolutely. Do I think that it's mutual? Most likely. I mean, you seem to feel pretty emotionally supported by this person. But if you feel like you need to contort yourself until you break, or you have to, and I don't, and this is, you have to understand, this is an individual thing. Like, nobody's making you do this. This is in your own brain or in your heart, where you are basically saying, I am not enough, so I have to act like this, or I have to overpromise this in order for this person to love me. And usually this comes from like a performative trauma where maybe in order to be loved by a parent or a caregiver, you felt like you had to perform or show up in a very specific way in order to be deserving of love. How you see this person is the Five of Cups reversed, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Cups reversed. What is the Seven of Swords? The Eight of Swords. So ultimately, you view this as somebody who is either forgiving you, or maybe they are trying to ask for forgiveness. They're trying to let go of some kind of level of disappointment. But you may also feel like they're either hiding something, or it can be that you feel like they're really trying to avoid you altogether. Like there's something about this where they're trying to not really be seen, or they're like, yeah, yeah, like it's all good, just kind of moving on. And it may be because you're looking at them like they don't really want to get like stuck on this again, or they don't want to get trapped in a relationship, or something like that. So you feel like there's an avoidance of them getting stuck in this either again or just in general. So it feels like there's a kindness that you're viewing from this person. There's a kindness, there's, you know, um, oh yeah, water under the bridge kind of thing. But you feel like there's a what is the word? Not intentional, but I guess that's one, an intentional avoidance. 10 of Wands reversed, the 2 of Pentacles reversed, and the Ace of Wands reversed for this person's feelings. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a lot, right? This is a lot for this person to handle. And truly, they're not like, it's a lot, and they're not asking for broader shoulders to handle more of it. They're asking for none of it, or they're asking for the load to be lighter. Like, this is somebody that feels, I bit off more than I can chew. This is chaotic. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Even for some of you, and this is going to sound really shitty, but there can be a loss of attraction, or there can be this like demotivation happening here, where they're not really inspired to start something, or to really take more responsibility in the connection. If anything, I feel like you might be right where they are trying to avoid this. And I think that a lot of it is around, they just don't have the emotional bandwidth at this point to be able to hold any more of it. Okay. Why is that? Let's look at why. The Wheel of Fortune reverse, because they don't want to repeat a cycle, or they feel like there's something that's just not changing. There may be blocked communication between the two of you, or there may be like a long distance with that Eight of Wands reversed. Oh, so they feel like you're trying to pressure them into something. Like you don't want them to avoid something anymore. You want them to look at this. You want them to decide. You're willing to do the hard work. You're willing to plant the seeds. Ace of Pentacles, right? They do feel like you have a legitimate offer, but they feel like you're trying to push it down their throat a bit. And it may make them feel like almost uncomfortable. It's kind of like when you are walking through the mall and you have one of those kiosk people, and like, God bless them, I know that they're just trying to do their job or whatever, and they're like, hey, 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 can I talk to you, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh God, and you have to like avoid them like the plague. It's kind of how they're seeing it a little bit. Okay, so reverse this if you need to. Okay, but that's kind of how they're seeing it. So, but let's pull advice, because I don't want to just give my own. But if you are doing that, I would kind of ease up on the pressure a little bit. So for the first person, this is about not being afraid to be alone and walking away from something until either it's more clear, or walking away from it entirely. Essentially, the Eight of Cups is really just walking away from something that's an illusion, whether that is, you pretending to be someone that you're not in order to have or to keep this person, or maybe the whole relationship is illusion. I don't know, but it's about getting very real about that and very honest about that within yourself. For the second person, Five of Swords reversed. Don't play the game, or if there are games happening second person, this is not the time to play with them. Like, this is not the time to play them. This is not the time to take the chessboard out or the checkerboard out. This is not the time to do it. It's really like, sometimes it's better just to not say anything at all. Sometimes it's better just to not get invited into the crap and just kind of be okay with being wrong, or be okay with being ignored, or be okay with just being just okay. You know what I mean? So that was a little rough, but that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. And this is the menu. Oof, that was a little rough. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Libra. Mm, okay. Oh, wow, Cindy. Look at that. Oh my God, Lori, really? That would drive me crazy. I don't like that. All right, what is going on, Libra? I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person for the rest of June. We have the Six of Swords for your feelings. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed for how you see this person. We have the Justice for their feelings for you. And we have the Hierophant for how they see you. Okay. When we have Libra, we have Taurus. Let's see. Oh, in your feelings, we also have Sagittarius. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Temperance reversed. And we have the Two of Wands reversed. I mean, you're definitely, stuck between a rock and a hard place, quite frankly, Libra. And to me, this is this energy of, so for some of you, it's that you are quite literally just trying to move on, or you feel like you just need to move on from this person in particular because you're not happy with how things are going. You don't feel at peace with how things have been. And so at this point, you may be kind of losing patience, and you're like, God, do I stay? Do I go? Do I leave? So you can kind of be stuck like that. For others of you, it can be more of an energy of, should I just like let that argument go? Should I just like let what they did go? But your heart's not at peace with it. And so, you know, if you have that feeling about you, if you have that feeling where you're just kind of swallowing shit and you're just trying to, pretend like it didn't happen, like that's going to burn. That's going to burn you in the end more than anyone, and it will come back up later for you to kind of deal with. So, something to kind of think about. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed, the Chariot reversed, and the Hangman for how you see this person. It's giving very like passive energy, honestly. You don't really see them like taking the initiative or doing anything. You feel like they make illogical decisions or impractical decisions. You feel like there's a little bit of chaos, or the way that they're acting is confusing. And so the Chariot reverse can be somebody who's in stuck mode. They're not really doing anything, but you feel like while they may not be taking any decisive action, you do feel like there's a release, or you may feel like they're surrendering to whatever is currently occurring between the two of you. So they may just kind of have their hands up in the air, like, well, I guess, whatever is going to happen is going to happen, kind of thing. And I mean, that's what the Hangman is about. It's about just kind of like hanging there and be like, oh, well, and seeing things differently, and choosing to see things differently, and trying to understand, and in some cases having more compassion because it's Neptunian. But, Neptune is still foggy. It's illusion, it's uncertainty sometimes. And so this person, you may feel like they're uncertain about things, and so that's why they're just kind of letting go, like let go and let God kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So you don't really like feel, you don't feel like they're doing anything really. And their feelings is the Justice, the Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So this person absolutely loves you. Like they're in love with you, they love you, they even feel like it's mutual. This person is likely very sensitive to you and your personal feelings, whether you believe that or not. And what they're essentially trying to do is they're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to make the right decision. They do believe and they do feel that the love is mutual, but that Eight of Pentacles reverse tells another story. It tells me that this is somebody who doesn't really know if they can put in the effort, because no matter how much effort they put in, it doesn't really change. Or they may kind of feel like something isn't really meeting their standard. They could be being very critical of themselves or even you potentially. But usually I read the feelings as like self. Um, so I don't know. It's like the love is there. What's the Eight of Pentacles reversed? The Ten of Wands reversed. Yeah, it's like no matter what I do, or no matter how much I take on, or no matter how much responsibility I take on in this connection or this relationship, like nothing ever changes. Nothing is ever really different. How this person sees you is the Hierophant, the Devil, and the Four of Cups reversed. What's the Devil? Okay. It's really interesting because this is such strong, like stoic earth energy, right? Earth is within reason unmoving. It's very, it's stoic. It's, you know, you think about the mountains, you think about the earth, right? It's like that's why move mountains for you is such a popular phrase, because you can't actually move mountains, right? And so there's almost like this stoicism in how this person perceives you. They really feel like you're the type of person who's not going to complain. You're not going to sit there and bitch about something. You're just going to overcome and you're going to conquer and you're going to empower yourself and you're committal, or you're going to commit, or whatever it is. And so that's a really beautiful energy, but they feel like underneath that, you really need love. You know, not to sound corny, but that Knight of Cups under the Devil is quite telling for me. It makes me feel like this is somebody who believes you just want to take action on your heart, as opposed to just like what is right and like what you know. And do you know what I'm saying? Like there's an underbelly about you that's very attractive and very beautiful, and they feel like you're just too damn busy being so hard all the time, or you know, just taking one on the chin. And you know, and I think that they view you as somebody that's quite powerful. They may even feel like you're a bit of a mentor for them. Not like you have that on your resume, but there's something about you where they feel like they may learn a lot from you. Advice for the first person is the Star. So this is about healing and faith and sharing what it is that you know, which is interesting because I was just talking about the mentor thing. I do feel like you're a bit of a guiding light for this person and potentially for other people, and I feel like you should lean into that if that's something that you feel comfortable with. Just a little bit of a side note. But it really is about believing that something can work, or it really is about believing in yourself. Nonetheless, belief is a belief, faith is faith, and I feel like it's something that you're needing at this time. The King of Wands for the person at the bottom. So this is your advice. So I feel like it's about allowing the masculine to take the lead when they see fit, okay? And being confident in that. So that is what I have for you, Libra. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question and get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. Let's move on to Virgo. You're welcome, Barbie, anytime. What's going on, Virgo? I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person for the rest of June 2025. Queen of Wands reversed in your feelings. The Four of Pentacles for how you see this person. In their feelings, the Strength reversed. We have Leo, we have Aries, and the Nine of Cups for how they see you. Okay, so let's see that Queen of Wands reversed. The Five of Pentacles reversed and the Moon. But why is the Queen of Wands reversed, though? The Eight of Wands. There's something that is pissing you off, it seems, okay? It may be something that you learn. It may be something that you're told, something that this person maybe is communicating to you, or something that someone else is communicating to you, and it's really upsetting you. It's either making you angry, or it's making you jealous. It's making you upset in some way. Whatever the emotion is, it's not good, okay? And so it's causing you to kind of lack some level of confidence in yourself, but it feels like you're more so holding it in, almost like Sagittarius. I think it was Sagittarius that kind of had a similar energy where they were kind of like shoving it down or like holding it in, not really saying anything. You're trying to trust yourself. You're trying to believe that things are going to be fine. I think there's a strong set of emotions that you have towards this person, including negative ones. The moon isn't always super positive, but the moon is essentially about needing to trust ourselves, even though we can't see everything in the moment, and believing that everything is working out in our favor, whether we can see it or not. And so I feel like that's what you're essentially trying to do. You are probably coming to a huge realization that there is some level of insecurity or anger or something like that that you're feeling. And what you're doing is you're trying to overcome that, maybe on your own. There may be some communication that, or some line of communication that opens between you and this person, but maybe some kind of like some words are said that you don't particularly agree with. Okay. How you see this person is the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Five of Wands reversed. So you can feel like this person is having a lot of success in their life in the next couple of weeks or so, and you feel like they're kind of holding back from you, or maybe you feel like they're being a little stingy, or you feel like they may be being very cautious with their energy or their attention or their time. And so this can also maybe be what's irritating you or upsetting you in some kind of way. And the Six of Wands with the Four of Pentacles, it makes me feel like they're focused on something else. It makes me feel like they're getting some kind of accolades or some kind of applause, something like that. And it almost feels like they're not really paying attention to you in some way. It feels like this is separate from you. That's what I'm getting. Um Tell me about that Four of Pentacles, the Four of Wands reversed. Yeah, they're not really like welcoming you in their space. There's no real, like, it doesn't feel like a let's hang out kind of thing. It feels like there is an apprehension when it comes to you and them for some reason, and you're seeing them as not really wanting to fight with you. Like, they don't want to fight, they don't want any drama. If anything, they're holding back from that. Mm. Yeah, see? Ace of Swords reverse. It's not, they're not really, I don't feel like they're, I hate to say it, Virgo. I don't really feel like they're focused on you, honestly. At least not from what I can see. It's just like, it's almost like they're having a silent success in some way. Sorry, I know that's not what you want to hear. And their feelings for you, the Strength reversed, the Three of Swords reversed, the Five of Cups. Well, I mean, maybe your perspective is right to a degree. But is it possible that this is just your perspective because of your insecurities? Because the Strength reversed, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Five of Cups all in the upright for this person's feelings points to somebody who is still living in the past or still has a lot of sadness around something that occurred. So this person could be heartbroken. This person could be giving into certain weaknesses. Like, I don't know what their thing is. Maybe they're a big drinker or something like that. And so they're, drowning their sorrows, but it's somebody who's sad, and it's somebody who's regretful. And I don't know if remorseful is the right word, but the Five of Cups is just really somebody who keeps looking at the past and seeing how it went wrong. And I feel like with this Three of Swords reverse, they're still hanging on to that, and it's fucking with their ego or their pride with the Strength reversed. What's that Five of Cups? They could have done something wrong, or they could have done you dirty, or there may be this regret around not taking accountability for something or lying. The Nine of Cups for how they see you with the Page of Cups reversed and the Six of Cups reversed. They definitely look at you like you're acting like a victim, or that you're still holding a grudge, so you're not really willing to be vulnerable. And so they see you as just kind of doing your own thing, being happy, kind of living your life. So I don't know if you're like together with this person or you're married or what's going on, but you seem to be under the notion that they're having some level of success while you're upset. And they seem to be of the notion that you're living your best life. And you guys look like a mess in your feelings. So something to kind of take into account. The Queen of Swords reversed is your advice, Virgo. So this is not the time to act on impulse and say things that you don't mean and lose your shit and lose your mind. This is not the time to do that. This is the time to be logical and not impulsive. The Hermit reversed for the person at the bottom. I need one more for that. The Eight of Swords. So, this is really about needing to spend some time alone and stop looking for potentially external validation in order to fulfill something that you can only fulfill or that you can change. The Hermit reverse can be somebody who sometimes this person can have mental health issues. So if you have mental health issues, definitely check that out, especially because the Eight of Swords is here as well. But the Hermit in reverse can be somebody who really actually does need to spend some time alone and really rethink certain things about themselves and become more self-aware to get out of this supposed stuck situation that they feel like they're in, when really it's that they put themselves there, because that's what the Eight of Swords is. So something to kind of think about. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so right here on YouTube. All right, let's move on to Leo. What's going on, Leo? I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on between you and your person for June 2025. The Three of Pentacles for your feelings for this person. The Ten of Swords reversed for how you see them. You could work with this person for some of you. The Page of Pentacles reversed for their feelings for you. And how they see you is the World. Okay, so let's see that Three of Pentacles. Why the Ace of Wands reversed, the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Okay, for for a few of you, this is actually new, and it can be somebody that you work with, or it can be in a work environment, and you may want to offer something because you do have feelings, but you also may not want to fuck something up financially, or you may not want to mess something up work-wise, okay? Totally get it. For others of you, you seem to be on the same page with this person. You work on a team well with this person. You know, even if you're not, working with them, okay, just in general terms, this is somebody who you feel like you make a good team with. And so you guys are on the same page. It seems like you have very strong feelings. They're very potent. It feels new. Even if this is somebody you've been with for a while, it feels very refreshing. But that Ace of Wands reverse tells me that there can be a little bit of a delay in the way that you express yourself, because you may be feeling like, well, I don't want to waste my time, or maybe you are wanting to invest in buying a house with this person, but there's maybe an uncertainty, or you're not really sure if that's going to pay off, or you're not really sure if that's the right move, or whatever it may be. So it seems like there's a little bit of apprehension in regards to how much time, energy, intimacy, money, whatever that you're investing into this person, even though there's a lot of love there and you really get along with them. So it just seems like a little uncertainty for some reason. Whoa. Ten of Swords reversed, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Swords in the upright for how you see them. You don't really feel like this is somebody who is putting in a big effort. If anything, you just may feel as though they're being quite observant. They're being somebody, they may be spying on you, or you may be thinking that they're spying on you, but you don't really see them offering anything. And you may feel like it's because they're still hung up on something from the past, either another person or something that maybe they feel like you did. Whatever the case is, there seems to be that level of like they're not giving you much to work with. It just feels like they're listening, or they're watching you, but they're not really giving you something. So that can be where that apprehension is coming from. What's that Page of Swords? The Four of Swords reversed. You feel like they're worried about you for some reason. Like, I'm not saying you think that they're worried about you, like like you have a health issue or something, but you may feel like they're, like, what are they up to? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Because they still haven't overcome something. Maybe there's been a lack of closure between the two of you, but the way that they see it, I mean, let's see. What's up, Mojo? And their feelings, the Page of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords. So they're kind of like, they're a little in and out-ish. The Page of Pentacles reversed isn't really somebody who is going to put in a whole lot of effort. Like, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, I mean, these are action cards, so there is action, but it's more like fun. It's more talkative. It's more open-minded. It's more like, what's going on? You want to hang out. You want to party. You want to get in on this project with me, or maybe they have some questions for you and they're just being curious and fun and flirty or whatever it is. But there's no real, like, I don't want to say there's no sustenance, but they're not, how do I explain this? Like, have you ever been out on a date where somebody is, like, you're having fun and you guys are maybe having some drinks, maybe you guys go on some roller coasters or like whatever, right? But you feel like they really didn't ask you that much about you, or it's fun and it's all of this, but there's no real foundation that they're building with you. That's kind of what it feels like. How they see you is the Worlds, the Nine of Swords, and the King of Swords reversed. For some of you, they feel like you're overcoming some kind of mental health issue, okay? This can be somebody as well who feels like you have suffered in silence for a while, or you're not very talkative because of some kind of worries that you're having. Yes, substance, thank you. And so what's that World exactly? The Empress reversed. If you have been overgiving, okay, in some way, they feel like you're done with that. Basically, whoever the feminine is, they feel like the feminine has overexerted herself to the point of exhaustion, I guess you could say. And now that that feminine energy is done with that. Okay, so I don't know if that's you or them. Advice for the first person, whoops. The King of Cups reversed. So this is essentially about maturity and being very honest with your intent, or maybe wondering if this person is honest in theirs. The King of Cups reverse likes to show up when he will literally, or she will tell you anything that you want to hear in order to get their fucking needs met. And it's like, it's a load of crock of shit, basically. So I don't know if that's you, them, but somebody needs to maybe mature up. The second person, the Ten of Cups, being here could say that you need to focus on a family matter, or there needs to be a focus on some kind of relationship matter, but it's really about asking yourself if you're actually going to commit, if you're actually going to show up and be emotionally supportive, or if that's not really something that you want and you're needing to be honest with yourself about that, or there can be some kind of responsibility that you're really needing to take when it comes to a relationship that you may already have. So that is what I have for you, Leo. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. This is the menu right here. Enjoy your evening. Cancer. What's going on, Cancer? How are you guys doing? Welcome. Let's go ahead and see what late June 2025 has in store for you, between you and your person. Okay, the Sun, Leo energy, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, Virgo, the Tower reversed, Aries, Scorpio, and their feelings, the Emperor for how they see you, Aries. Ooh, this is cute. Let's see that Sun energy for your feelings. Okay. The Nine of okay. Let's see what is that Wheel of Fortune reversed. Hmm. It's very much letting your guard down. Like, any kind of walls that you may have had up, any kind of, you know, bigger boundaries that you may have had up, or whatever it is, it feels like you're just letting it all hang out, kind of thing. Um, and I think it's because you are just happy, and it's almost like you're on a high. It feels like you're on a high, like, I don't know if it's like a honeymoon phase per se, but it feels like you're on a high, but something hasn't changed. Um, and the way that you're showing up is almost in a way to control how something is gonna go. Like, it feels like you're very focused on controlling how something is going to go by almost acting like a like a sweet little kitten. I don't know how to explain this. It feels very inviting, but in a way where it's like, as soon as you get in here, I'm going to take all your shit. Or like, I'm not saying you're gonna rob somebody, okay? But it feels like you're trying to lure this person in. And it's like you're happy and you have a smile on your face, and like because you feel happy, you genuinely do, but it's almost it's almost like you want to look as least threatening as possible. you know And if it's not that, then it just seems like you're very optimistic, you're letting your guard down, but nothing is really changing. Nothing has really changed. Nothing is really different. What's up, Luna? Nothing is actually changed for real. Give me one more on that Wheel of Fortune reverse. 7 of Cups reversed. 7 of Wands reversed. It's almost like you're intimidated by the reality of a situation. So it's like you're trying to control it. Reverse this if you need to. Okay. All right. I'm not going to sit on that for too long. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Two of Swords reversed. And the Three of Cups reversed. Holy shit balls. Oh, thanks, Luna. What's that? Three of Cups reversed. The Magician reversed. Ugh. For some of you, you feel like this person is choosing someone else, okay? For others of you, thank you so much, Top Flight. It's good to see you. You may feel like this person is being quite stubborn and potentially critical of you in some way. The Nine of Pentacles reversed is Virgo, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed is very, like, think of somebody who's stabbing you with their words. And it may be because this person is bringing something up that may be very unavoidable, and it may end up causing some drama between the two of you, but that may be their intention. And so it's not like, yeah. But for some of you, be cautious of third parties, okay? I don't know what the fuck you're so happy for, because you're not, yeah, I don't know. The Tower reversed and their feelings. Wow, that is harsh. So we have Aries, Scorpio, Scorpio, then we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So there seems to be this, where this person has held on, or try. The Tower reverse is when you're trying to hold up something that's like falling apart. Or it can be trying to swerve a tower moment, which is like chaos. And so this person can feel like this is done. If this is somebody from your past, this person can feel like things just need to change or something is done. And that Nine of Pentacles reverse tells me that there may be some level of codependency here, or this person feels like they need to show up in a very specific way in order to receive love or in order to prove something. And I think that with that Death card, they may be kind of done with that. If this is somebody that is more so new, they may still be holding on to something from the past because it may feed some level of ego or something like that, but they know that it needs to change. The Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Fool for how they see you. I mean, they feel like you are taking the lead in your own life. You're putting any petty feelings that you have to the side and you're doing what you feel like you need to be doing. Um, they may feel like you guys are in another commitment, or they may feel like you're a committal person, or they may just feel like you're dealing with somebody else that you're having a new beginning with, maybe. Because they feel like this is done. So, yeah. Your advice, number one, is the Lovers. So, this is about aligning with the connection where you can have true intimacy, making higher self decisions, focusing on connections that align with your fundamental values and who you are as a person. Number two, 10 of Pentacles reversed. If something is not working, don't try to make it fit. The 10 of Pentacles reversed can also talk about when you're needing to kind of reconfigure something that you want for your future, and you're needing to like realign yourself with whatever that may be, and you may be needing to rebuild in some way, okay? That took me for a fucking loop. Thank you so much, Cancer. I really appreciate it. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so right here on YouTube. The menu is right there. All right, I need to shuffle these real quick. And I got to pee. You're welcome, Vanessa. Have a good one, honey. Don't know how to let go. I mean, like, I found that sometimes just hanging on for as long as possible until you just become numb to it has, like, worked. But I don't think that's the healthiest advice. There have been times where I didn't let it get to that point, though, there are times when I just really am like, I'm gonna tell you, being somebody with so many, like, so much Taurus and Scorpio, it's very hard for me to let go. But I really just had to. I had to. And what I did was I created space in my life and I focused on things like my physical appearance. I focused on things like tarot. That's when I first started. I focused on things like working out and pouring as much of myself as I possibly could, doing things like reading books, whether they're fiction or self-help books, or books that are going to help you align you with who you really are, whatever, like doing things like that, pouring as much of yourself into you as you possibly can, really does change your perspective and really does help. But it's not always easy, and sometimes it really just takes time. Sometimes there's really no kind of trick or master plan. Like, sometimes you just have to do it. Like, you just have to keep walking and moving forward, and that's it. I think that when you come together with certain people, there are certain chemicals, in my opinion, that mix together, and sometimes it's just harder for those chemicals to pull apart than other ones. And if you can kind of think about it like that, it might be a bit easier for you to kind of understand. But I know it's hard, trust me. I absolutely get it. Ooh, coffee and cake, paying off credit cards. You sound like a damn Taurus. All right, let's see. What's going on, Gemini? Welcome. I hope you guys are doing super awesome. Let's go ahead and see what is going on between you and your person for the rest of June. Your feelings, the Three of Wands. How you see them is the Six of Pentacles. And their feelings is the Two of Cups. The King of Pentacles reversed for how they see you. This could be reversed for some of you. Three of Wands, Page of Wands reversed, High Priestess reversed. What's that High Priestess reversed? The Seven of Swords. You seem to be in more of a like waiting game. You're kind of sitting there or you're waiting to see what's happening. Thank you, Luna. Maybe you're kind of putting a fishing line out there. You're seeing what comes back, but when it comes to actually initiating, it seems like you're kind of hiding in the shadows a little bit. It feels like you don't have a whole lot of confidence in actually reaching out yourself. You may feel more confident in just kind of waiting for something to come to you. And so the High Priestess reverse, it makes me feel like, especially with that Seven of Swords, you may be hiding something or you may be attempting to kind of keep something to yourself and seeing if either A, something comes out, or you may be waiting for this person to reveal something to you, but it does feel like you're hiding something a little bit. Like I said, reverse it if you need to. But the way that I read for feelings is about like it's about you. It's not really about the person, so to speak. So, like, yes, you're waiting on this person to make a move, or maybe you think that it's ball in their court, but it's because you're maybe fearful that they know something about you. Like that High Priestess reverse wouldn't be about them, it would be about you or a secret that you're holding or something that you have not been totally honest about. And it doesn't have to be anything like, woo, okay? But it can be a little weird. And so it feels like you're trying to avoid that, like you're trying to protect that. You're trying to protect yourself in some way, shape, or form by kind of just like, ooh, like seeing kind of what happens, you know? Whoa, Seven of Swords in a different deck. Six of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, the Moon reversed. What's that Seven of Swords? You feel like they're not sharing something with you that you feel like they know. But what's interesting is you still feel like they are giving to you, even if it's on an energetic level. You see them even maybe attempting to be generous with you, but at the same time, you feel like there's more to share that they're not sharing. And you may feel like they're not totally giving you the full Monty, I guess you could say, because they're trying to protect themselves or there's a fear here. But there is something in late June that they may be, what is that moon reverse? Let's just see. The High Priestess again. You feel like this person is scared. It feels like a fear, like they're giving to it or whatever, but there's like, it feels as though there's an elephant in the room. Like they intuitively, you feel like their intuition is right about something. Like a fear that they have is not just a fear, but it's actually intuition. It's almost like you know that this person knows something and you guys are sitting across the table and you're just letting them talk, but you're not saying anything because you want to see how much they know without having to offer any information yourself. You know what I mean? Something like that. And their feelings is the Two of Cups, the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Four of Swords reversed. This person, they love you. They feel like you guys have a very strong, deep mutual bond with that Two of Cups there, and it's certainly prevalent. It's there, but they're very confused. They're confused, they're worried a little. For some of them, they may be dealing with some kind of mental health issue, but ultimately, this is coming from a place, in my opinion, of coming from somebody who has not fully healed from this or from some kind of issue in their life. And so when we're not healed from something, it's obviously going to lead to more confusion in our lives, more confusion about how we feel for people, more confusion about how we should deal with something. So, like, the love is there, okay, great, but they're having a hard time making a practical decision because of some confusion or because they feel like something is chaos. This may be somebody who thinks about you quite often to the point where maybe sometimes it stresses them out. Ugh. Oh, gross. Not you per se, but it's like how they see you as the King of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands reverse. It's like this energy of they kind of feel like you're not really giving them anything. You're not really offering anything. You're not being generous or committal. If anything, it's like fucking crickets, or there's a refusal for you to come out of your comfort zone and choose differently, do differently, be differently. They may feel like you have used them in some way or rode on their coattails or just have not provided emotionally or otherwise in a way that they would see fit or that would make them feel safe. Like they definitely feel like you used them or that you just kind of left them with crumbs or like quite frankly fucking nothing, you know? Reverse it if you need to, okay? And they feel like no matter ugh, this is exhausting, honestly. Is feel like you're always gonna choose the same or be the same because of your own personal insecurities or your own personal issues. I mean, that's just their perspective, okay? Four of Wands reversed is your advice. You need to get out and touch grass, okay? Or, um, the Four of Wands reverse can sometimes represent a person who refuses to do something because of an insecurity. So, and it can be something that could lead to something else that's very celebratory, something that's a big deal, something that's very fun. It could lead to a very beautiful relationship. It could lead to the greatest night out ever. That because you feel like you look fat in this dress, or you feel like, you haven't been hitting the gym with your gym bros for a couple of months, you're like not going to go out and do it. But what you really don't know is that your wife is out there waiting for you and you just haven't met her yet, or whatever it is. Like, these are just examples. So there's an insecurity that's holding you back from true happiness, and you have to pinpoint what that is. The second person, the world. It's just time to close it out. Wrap it up, close it out peacefully. There's a new beginning that's going to happen, but it's only going to be after you give yourself closure, offer yourself closure in some way, and take kind of a mature route. Number two. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question, you can do so right here on YouTube. The menu is right here. I don't have any more space up there. I keep looking up there thinking I'm just going to magically have space, and I just don't. All right, I have to pee, so give me a second, please. I just literally can't hold it in anymore. Really sorry. Hi, Jess. Sorry, I just saw your comment. Thanks, Karina. It's nice to see you. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Taurus. Oh, girl, I gotta shave these damn legs. All right, what's going on, Taurus? I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person for the rest of June 2025. I'm getting tired. Wheel of Fortune reverse in your feelings. How you see this person is the Ten of Swords. The Ace of, excuse me, the Ace of Swords for their feelings for you, and the Hangman for how they see you. Okay? Let's see. The Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Seven of Pentacles reverse, and then we have the Eight of Cups. So when we see this combination, it points to someone feeling like nothing is changed. Nothing has changed. There still may be this holding on or feeling like you're needing to hold on to control of something. But with that Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it can be this energy of what's the point? You can kind of feel like something was a waste of time or a bad investment, whether that was spiritually, mentally, emotionally, sexually, financially, all of the above, whatever it is. And so now you're at this point where you're realizing something was an illusion, and you seem to be walking away because it's just not a good investment. It's exhaustive of your resources. Um and you feel like it's just a constant wheel, where you feel like you're just in this constant loop with this person. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The Ten of Swords, the Nine of Swords reversed, and the Six of Wands reversed for how you see them. Oof. Good night, Mojo. I'm just going to, because I need to see what's going on here. Okay. You may feel like this person betrayed you with that Ten of Swords, or that there was a very difficult ending that occurred that was essentially an overkill, right? It's like, how many swords do you need to kill a person? Not 10, right? So it's like the Ten of Swords is like, holy shit. Now, of course, something good can always come out of the Ten of Swords. Absolutely. You know, fortune after difficulty is kind of the name of the game here. But you may feel like this person just doesn't care, or you may feel like or see them as somebody who's quite entitled, um, thinking that maybe they're thinking, well, it's up to you to make this right, or blah, 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 or whatever it is. But you're looking at it like it's dead, done, something that you really can't overcome or get over or look past or turn a cheek to. And you don't really feel like there was a whole lot of success, or that they're really giving this a whole lot of attention anyway. You may just feel like, despite what occurred, they just really don't care. Ace of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Cups for their feelings. So this is interesting to me because it's a little bit of a mixed bag. It's like, on one hand, we have this Five of Cups where they seem to regret some things. They still seem to be sad over other things. There's a focus on the negative aspects of the past or between the two of you, but it seems like they're content with where they are as a whole. It seems like they're having a lot of clarity in regards to what makes them happy and truly what they want. There may even be this energy of having some clarity around the past, and how maybe if they did differently, or if they maybe, Ace of Swords, communicated differently, or something like that, that things would have been different. What's that? Five of Cups? Six of Pentacles reversed. This person can regret maybe taking advantage or taking you for granted. For some of you, this is somebody who stole money from you, okay? For a very, 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 very small portion of you. This can be somebody who stole money from you. What's that Ace of Swords? The Seven of Cups. They had some fog maybe about what made them happy or what they wanted, but they seem to be having more clarity now in regards to the decision that they want to make. For some of you, they may have had some options and they seem to be in a different headspace maybe in regards to what they want and what checks off the boxes for them. How this person perceives you is the Hangman, the Lovers reversed, and the Two of Cups reversed. This is somebody who feels like you guys just didn't understand each other or you guys weren't really in alignment. So they're kind of looking at you like you're just kind of surrendering, letting it go, perceiving things in a different way or from a different light or from a different angle or whatever it is. And you're kind of just like, let go and let God, because they do see this as two people who may have had a very strong connection, but in the end, really weren't able to really get it together, or maybe there was cheating involved, maybe there was a lot of miscommunications. Why did I hear disgruntled employee? It's so random. But the Lovers reverse can be when we maybe jump the gun on certain things without building a proper foundation. There could have also been a lot of misunderstandings that this person is perceiving between the two of you. Your advice is the 10 of Cups. Where do you feel emotionally supported? What really lights you up? What do you truly want in a relationship? What do you need to feel emotionally supported? And I feel like that's something that you're going to have to be very honest with yourself about regarding relationships, and it doesn't mean that we cannot compromise on things with people, but like, what are your non-negotiables for what it is that you need from another person to feel emotionally supported? And don't skimp on that. For the second person, your advice is the Five of Swords reversed. So this can be saying like, no mental games. The Five of Swords reversed for advice is like when we're needing to drop our swords, when we're needing to give up any manipulation or any, old outdated games or, mental gymnastics. It's just it has to be done because nobody wins there. You may think that you will, or maybe this person will think that they will or whatever in a moment, but in time there's a realization that there truly are no winners. It's like winning at what cost, you know? So that is what I have for you, Taurus and friends. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. The menu is right here. Okay. Let's move on to Aries. I kind of want some chamomile tea, but I'm going to wait. Oh, Shannon, I'm so sorry. Ew, I just can't. I've got to shave these damn legs. I really need to shave these legs. I just can't. Girl. Okay. Aries, what's going on? I hope you guys are doing super awesome. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for the rest of May 2025 for you, between you and your person. The Eight of Wands for your feelings. How you see them is the Hierophant. We got Taurus. Three of Pentacles and their feelings. You guys could work together. Then we have Strength, Leo. Let's see that Eight of Wands in your feelings. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Wands reversed. Well, you're definitely, you definitely have some words. Oh shit, what did I say? Did I not say June 2025? Yeah, the end of June 2025. What's up, Tay? So, you know, the Eight of Wands, or excuse me, the Queen of Pentacles reversed likes to show up when we're feeling pretty insecure about our hold on. Okay, we're feeling insecure about ourselves or feeling some kind of way. We're angry. We're not showing up as nurturing and caring and loving, or we're not taking care of ourselves as much as we should. And it can be because there's some level of intimidation that you're feeling or some level of competition that you feel like you can't really live up to, right? Maybe it's that, I don't know, you see this person liking, girls' pictures on Instagram or guys' pictures on Instagram, and you're like, well, fuck, I can't compete with that. And so, like, you're feeling some kind of way. And so you're like, well, I'm just going to fucking say it, right? The Aries way. And so you may be saying, like, or you may be wanting to say, like, hey, this fucking bothers me. Like, this thing bothers me. I don't like it, and it's disrespectful or whatever it is. And so, obviously, it's going to depend on whether or not they're honest. I'm not saying they're liking girls' pictures. It's just that in some way you feel intimidated or you feel backed into a corner due to some kind of insecurity. So you're not showing up in your most high vibrational way that you usually would. So there seems to be a little bit of an issue here. Now, I do like the way that you're viewing them so far, but I need to obviously see the rest of the cards. So yeah, okay. The Hierophant for how you're seeing them with the Judgment reversed and the King of Wands reversed. So this is kind of like a duck and weave kind of thing. It's like, this is the type of person who will be like, well, I'm committed. I show up every day. That is like bare minimum, right? Being committed and showing up every day is like a bare minimum requirement for a relationship, right? There are certain things like not taking accountability or making a mistake and not owning up to it, hiding things, being secretive. No problem, Luna. And this is coming from a place of ego, at least in the way that you're perceiving them. So it's like, yes, there's commitment there, or they're showing up in one way or another, but it's bare minimum. It's not, like a bare minimum of a relationship is showing up and committing. It's communicating. It's being honest, and it's being loyal. And so these are not, big gold stickers, right? We just live in a society today where being disloyal or, hookup culture or whatever is quite literally normalized. And I hate to say that at one point I was a part of that, right? And so this is what we have been numbed to, and this is what we have been programmed to think. And it has really made us sell ourselves short. And so I think that you may be having a realization around something like that and being like, well, this is not enough, or this person is not being accountable. And you feel like it's coming from this place of like false leadership. Nothing annoys me more than somebody who thinks that they deserve a crown for doing the bare minimum. Ma'am or sir, please. Like, and I feel like that's kind of where you're at, but at least you're communicating it. So it's healthy, but they don't seem to be being very honest with you. At least that's how you're perceiving it. And their feelings, well, they couldn't be happier. Well, that tells me something. So this is somebody who feels like you guys are on the same page. You guys are getting along. They're happier than a pig in shit. What's the problem? Right? They're reaching out. They're being cute. They're being coy. They're being optimistic. They feel like you guys are getting along. Like everything's just fine. That's really it. You make them very happy. Yes, Kaiser, thank you for the compliment. And yes, I am. They're still, they're just smiling, they're cheesing, they're good, right? They're happy campers in their relationship with you and their connection to you and their dynamic with you. That's so telling to me. How they see you is the Strength, the Ace of Wands, and the Three of Cups. So I'm going to give it to you straight. For some of you, this is somebody who views you as a friend. Okay, just putting that out there. For others of you, where it's not just that, this is somebody who feels like you're the strong one. You're strong, you're courageous, you're a leader in your own right. This is somebody who's very attracted to you. Oh, no, Enigma, I didn't even think about that. I'm so sorry, Annie. Oh my god, I love you. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about that. Um, this is somebody who likely finds your talks with them very inspiring. It's very interesting because they don't see a single problem. They're very happy. They feel like you guys are getting along, you're attractive, you're attracted, happier than a pig in shit. They don't see a damn thing wrong. Not a thing. All right. Um, so for the first person, your advice is the Knight of Wands reversed. Do you feel as though something is inconsistent? Do you feel like you have to go out of your way to get this person's attention? It may be a time for you to either take things more lighthearted and not take it so seriously, or realize that you truly cannot take this person seriously and other actions need to be taken. Kaiser, thank you so much. For the second person, the devil, I need you to wake up, buddy. Um, you might be the problem, now I'm not saying, it takes two to tango, okay? Not one person is just totally at fault all the time. But the devil for your advice is saying that is some kind of there's a toxic pattern. Sorry, I'm starting to lose steam. A toxic pattern, an addiction, something that you refuse or you're just so delusional that you don't see about yourself that's really holding you back in this connection. Um, and so there needs to be an awareness of what that is. But that's going to take humility. That's sometimes going to take a level of what feels like disempowerment in the moment, that big realization of like, oh my God, am I the drama? Right. And then through that, you'll be able to do something about it. Oh, Shannon, I love you too. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. If you guys can hashtag Shannon, I didn't even think about that. For those of you that can chat, I would appreciate it. So there needs to be a huge realization of whatever that may be. Okay. Like usually when I see, because, I've talked to a lot of women, some men as well, but like when you see a partner who's just like, yeah, everything's fine. I don't know what the problem is. Like a lot of the times they are usually the problem. Like, I'm happy, it's like, well, I bet you are, and guess what? Number two, I'm sure I've been that person in somebody's life, and that's totally okay. That's just life, and we're supposed to learn from those things. But if we don't learn from them, we'll continue to be the problem, right? So, something to think about. But maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. Okay. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, Aries. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question, you can do so right here on YouTube. The menu's right there. Yeah. Honestly, I didn't even think about it. I really just didn't even think about it. I feel like a pretty big dumbass. Okay. There we go. All right. What a dumbass. I totally forgot. I totally forgot. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh my God, that hurts so bad. Right, Jay, right. But, like, delusional people are literally the happiest people. Oh, that's what's up, Enigma. Good. Okay. Hold on, sorry. Hello? I'm live on YouTube right like literally right now. What's going on? Well, can you tell me what the hell's going on? Let me mute really quick. People are so crazy. Right, goodness. People are so fucking crazy. Well, anywho, sir. Um, thank you guys for waiting. That was kind of a family emergency. All right. Well, change of plans for me. Just kidding. I never have any plans. Well, I guess I kind of do this week, but well. As long as she remembers to unmute, right? Because that's definitely something that I would do. honestly. All right, so let's do this. Yeah, that was God, what a shit bag. When you just think that you can't get any more be any more disappointed in people, honestly. I mean, it's just so important to, like, I was talking to a client of mine who's a part of my VIP tarot mentorship. And, she was just basically talking about how, how we all do, where we talk about our potential, right? We see somebody else's potential, and we're like, but when really we need to just expect whatever someone has shown us. And I was trying to kind of beat that in her head a little, right? And like when I heard this, I'm like, why am I so surprised? Like about what my parents told me about this person. I'm like, why am I surprised? Like this person has never done anything outside of this to show me otherwise. They have not given me any other information for me to believe that they could be any different than anything that they've shown me before, no matter what they say, you know. And I think that, like, once I replayed the conversation in my head, I was like, you know what? This is what is expected. I don't know. All right. So, thank you guys for waiting. Holy shit. People are fucking crazy. This is like a crazy year already for me personally. All right, so we got Sugar and Snaps. Can you tell me what LP thinks of me at this moment? The energy has been weird lately. Sure. Does this person think that you're in a relationship or that you want a relationship? Because that could be why something is weird, especially because I don't think that you're this King of Pentacles. So this person may feel like you either have a masculine influence in your life, whether that's true or not, or they feel like you want something that maybe they believe that they cannot necessarily provide. Can we get more clarity on that, please? The Four of Cups reversed. I need one more on that King of Pentacles. The Tower reversed. They may feel like you are not letting go of something, of some level of expectation that you have from them, or something that you're expecting of them, or they may feel like you haven't let go of something from your past, whether it's a person or it's some level of disappointment in them. Why is the energy off from this person's perspective? Why is their energy off? The Page of Pentacles reversed. Do they feel like there's something that they cannot offer you? It's almost like they're having this weird, like, and I'm not saying it's money, but I remember this one time somebody had said, like, I could provide for you, but I don't think that you would be comfortable with that lifestyle. Like, I feel like you would want more, and there was this uncertainty that they were having, right? I mean, they were right, but you know what I mean? But like, it feels like that. It feels like, and whether that's right for you or not, I'm not saying it's financially, but there are some pentacle energies here, but they may feel like you have certain expectations that they can't necessarily live up to, right? So kind of weird. By the way, I don't get into relationships, romantic, committed relationships for money. I really don't care about that. I think we all just put it out there, not that anybody cares. We all want more of something, right? But yes, I am not. That is not um a non-negotiable. We have Nina Clark. Will my it probably made me sound so bad. No, that wouldn't be a lifestyle I'd be comfortable with. Like, Listen, bitch, okay, back when I was 18, I lived outside of a homeless shelter with a motherfucker because I loved him so much. Idiot, idiot, all right? Nina Clark, will my person ever contact me? Do they have an intent to contact her? The Queen of Swords, the Chariot, I feel like they are afraid of you. Or I don't want to say afraid of you, but they feel like they might be charging right into the line of fire. Like if this person feels like you're mad at them, there may be kind of like, I don't know if I want to, but I still think they have an intent to take initiative, but they may think that you're upset with them for some reason. Um, in the next 3 months, will they be contacting Nina? Eight of Swords, the 10 of Wands reversed. I think that they have a lot on their plate right now, in my humble opinion. I think it's all self-imposed or self-created with that 10 of Wands reversed, or with that 8 of Swords and that 10 of Wands reversed. It's almost like they have bit off more than they can chew in their life, and now they're trying to figure out how to handle it. And that 8 of Swords tells me that there's more of an uncertainty, and they are not making a choice because they basically have put themselves in a corner with what they did bite off. Does that make sense? So they've kind of pushed themselves into some kind of corner and they're not able to handle it. So I don't really see anything for the next 3 months per se. But the energy can always change. So let's keep our fingers crossed. We have my girl Maria here. Hi, V. What are his intentions with me? Thank you. You're very welcome. Show me intentions towards Maria, this person. 9 of Wands reversed. The 9 of Pentacles. I feel like they, want to keep their independence first and foremost. First and foremost. I don't think that they're interested in like having a codependent relationship or putting their all into this, but they are open to more of what is to come if anything is to. And so I feel like they're trying to let down their boundaries, let down their guard. Once again, still being very self-focused, but being open to what they have to offer you and what you have to offer them. This is like the Boy King. It reminds me of Joffrey Baratheon with that Emperor reversed and the 6 of Cups reversed. The Emperor reversed and the 6 of Cups reversed is like the boy that the 13-year-old boy that wants to be king. And it's like, okay, you know, he wants control. The Emperor reverse, he wants control, but he's not really taking the responsibility, or he doesn't really have the authority or the maturity really to earn the control, to earn the authority, because authority in my opinion is earned. If authority is taken, then you're just barbaric, right? So it's like somebody who wants control but hasn't really done the work to be the most mature being that they could in order to really earn that space. Does that make sense? So be careful, because I think that this person still has a lot of growing up to do, just like we all do, right? But it could get to a point where it feels quite uncomfortable for you. Then we have Top Flight. Want to see what comes out in regards to me and my baby mama. Okay. She's been going through a breakup, showed interest in her, but not being pushy about it because of the circumstance. Wanting to see how she feels about me. Thanks. Sure. Okay. Let me see her feelings for you. Okay. There's still an attraction there. I mean, here, I'll show you the cards, okay? So you see we have the Temperance here. That's a good sign. 2 of Swords is a pretty good sign. I'm going to clarify that as well because we have to see. And then we have the Queen of Wands, an even better sign. So this tells me as a reader that you are her peace in some way, or you bring her some level of peace and understanding. The Temperance is when we feel like we're at peace, when we feel like we can relax, when we feel like things are balanced. So you may end up being, or you may be, that very safe space for her. I think that there's still a very strong sexual attraction with that Queen of Wands. I don't know if she has indicated that or if she's been open or honest about that, but it may be something that she's trying to avoid. What's that 2 of Swords? The Empress. She's afraid you're going to get her pregnant again. She either A, is afraid you're going to get her pregnant again, or she may be trying to keep the peace with you, but she may be avoiding nurturing this too much out of some level of fear, okay? Not anything like, ooh, evil or whatever. But there's still an attraction there. Under the surface, it's all still there. I feel like sometimes she wants to take a chance and sometimes she thinks about maybe she should just move on. But it's still there. She still has the hots for you. But I think that you're right. But let's get advice about what you should do. The Knight of Pentacles. Yes, you are right. So like I said, I think that you're right. This is your advice. The Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords reverse, and the Page of Swords. So the best kind of men that you can have in your life are men that don't put any expectations on you, right? And this is going to sound a little crappy, but being a woman who has dated men and women alike, I am here to tell you that being in the presence of a man who is asking absolutely nothing of you or not trying to pressure you in any way, shape, or form is such a gift. And it's a gift because it's rare. It's not entirely common. Um, many times women will feel pressured to sleep with a guy after dinner, for instance, or, whatever it may be extra nice because we're all expected to be whatever. So when a man shows up and he just lets you be and just lets you be feminine and comfortable and he doesn't pressure you into anything, it is probably the most, I would say, in the top three things, that and integrity, of the sexiest things that a man can do. So the Knight of Pentacles is about taking it slow. Three of Swords reverse, allowing her to heal. And Page of Swords, just be an open book, you know? Just be open-minded. Just be receptive and take your time. It'll be worth the journey if you do. I think that she still cares for you very much. Oof, that was a good read. I like that. Good for you. All right. The guys are taking it home today. Thanks a lot, Top Flight. We have Luna. What do you see for Connor and I? Can I trust him? I'm a fellow reader and something has just felt off. He's a aqua Scorp. I'm Aries, Pisces, Sag. Okay. Um, can she trust him? No. Can you leave, please? That felt symbolic. Okay, sorry, Luna. So the Ten of Pentacles reversed, the King of Swords reversed. It doesn't really, if this is somebody that you're doing business with, or if this is somebody that you're trying to be in a romantic relationship with or whatever, I feel like there's a little bit of deceit, or that this person may be gaslighting you in regards to a particular situation. The Ten of Pentacles reverse is showing me that there may not really be an intent for future focused commitment or commitment in general. It may be that there's a shaky foundation, or this person may not be totally committed to this in general. And so the King of Swords reverse makes me feel like he's gonna fib the truth a little bit, or not be totally honest with you about certain things that he's feeling or maybe doing or whatever it is. Um, what's going on with this, please? The Magician, the Fool reversed. Well, I don't always fully trust the magician. It's not that the magician is necessarily a bad guy, but it's really how he utilizes his power, right? And so the magician here essentially has all of the tools for his intention, or for what he's attempting to manifest, what he's attempting to do. The Fool reversed tells me that there's the power to have a trust fall with you or to have a new beginning in some way, but there's a refusal, or he's not using his power to do that, or his intent is to just choose whatever he does without the consideration of another person. The full reverse can very much be reckless behavior from another individual without giving any thought of how it would make another person feel. So I would just be cautious with that, because I don't feel like he's telling you everything or something like that. Thank you so much, Luna. Karina, what will the actions of that person be? Show me the next month. Actions towards Karina, please. The Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit. This is somebody who is really working on themselves, I think, more than anything. This person, within the next month, they seem to be taking some time out for themselves, working on themselves. You may see an effort from them, but this is Sun in Virgo. This is Virgo. This is about self-mastery. This is about when we weed out all of the distractions, not calling you a distractions, but anything that's going to take away from the work that he's doing on himself. So there's a very, and this is good, because I feel like all this is going to do is either bring you guys together or it's going to separate you. So it's dependent upon the growth that he is choosing for himself on in which way that's going to take him. The good part is that he's growing. What about the next 2 months? Actions towards Karina. Okay. The Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups reversed. So the first card in a suit is an ace, okay? And then the last, so to speak, would be a 10. So here's the ace. This is his actions within the next couple of months, offering you something. He's offering you love. He's offering you some level of vulnerability. There's an outpour. But something hasn't reached a full culmination or a full commitment, to the point where, because what comes after the 10 of Cups would be the Page of Cups, and then it would be the Knight of Cups, then the King and the Queen of Cups. So there's not that eh, maybe level of commitment fully that you're looking for, but there is a seed being planted. And I feel like it's in a very new way because of maybe this work that he's doing on himself. Thanks a lot, Karina. Um, Thanks a lot, Taylor. Aw, thanks a lot, Taylor. That means a lot to me. Thank you. All right. Let's move on to, is that who I think it is? That's not who I think it is it? Taylor? All right, let's see. But thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and Kaiser. How does Erica truly feel and think of me? What does she truly want out of this connection? All right, let me see the feelings and how she thinks of you. The Death reverse, she feels like maybe something needs to change, but she's having a hard time changing it herself, or she may feel like you're having a hard time changing it, or maybe sometimes she wonders if things need to be done. But the Death in reverse is when we're trying to hold on to something that is very outdated and very much needs a change or needs an evolution. Um, Okay. Well, the King of Cups is how she sees you. So she feels like you are not just somebody that she loves or cares for, which I think is absolutely the case, but she's also somebody that feels like she can share anything with you and feel comfortable doing so. She feels like maybe you're not always very expressive about your emotions, or maybe you don't put it all out there, wear your heart on your sleeve necessarily, but she feels like she could pretty much tell you anything. And you would be able to hold that for her. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody you could lean on. What does she truly want out of this connection? the Five of Wands reversed, and the Justice, I would say that she doesn't want conflicts or drama. What she probably wants is a decision to be made or true commitment. She wants things to be equal. She wants you to do the right thing. She maybe wants to do the right thing. She may also want an actual higher level of commitment as well. Thanks a lot, Kaiser. Thank you so much, Shannon. I love you. We have Bryant. What's up, Bryant? You gave me that beautiful compliment yesterday. First super chat ever. Hermit mode, choosing myself, going with the flow, Libra person of interest and curiosity. 4 cards and advice, please. Not sure what to do anymore naturally. Sure. Let me see. How does this person feel for Bryant? The Knight of Cups reversed with the Three of Wands can represent somebody who's a little uncertain. Or somebody, it can represent somebody who's moody or jealous. But because you're just telling me that this is more of an interest maybe and not like a full-blown commitment, I would imagine that this is somebody who maybe fears being vulnerable in some way or isn't really sure how to go about that. So the Three of Wands is more so when we're waiting for someone else, to do something, because we're not really certain, or we're maybe feeling weird about it, or we're not really sure how to take action. This can be when we're maybe feeling as though we're idealizing someone, or maybe we're not seeing things clearly. So it almost feels as though she's waiting for you to do something, or she's waiting to see if there is a reason to celebrate, or maybe if you're going to ask her out, or whatever it is. So I want to see what your advice is. The Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, if you're interested, it's really about just taking action and being like, hey, are you interested? Great. This is what I have to offer. It really is that simple. And I know it's easier said than done with me sitting back here in an oversized t-shirt and space buns on top of my head at 38 years old. But the Knight of Swords is really, with the Ace of Pentacles, is literally just that simple. It's about taking action and asking questions. Are you interested or not? This is what I have to offer. And the Ace of Pentacles is about having something of substance to offer. Being like, this is what I want. And, I was hoping that. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to walk up to this person and give them your entire, retirement plan, and this is what you want, and da da da. But a true honest to God offer. Here's dinner. Let's you know what I mean? That's really your best bet. And it's really about asking questions and just being very direct and trying to be open-minded and highly communicative in your approach. That's the advice. Thanks a lot, Bryant. And thank you so much, Taylor. All righty. That's okay, Bryant. Yes, Nina, I already answered yours a few minutes ago or whenever it was. You're welcome, Luna, no problem. Oh wow, Luna, I'm so sorry. But anyway, ew, why did I just lick my lips like that? That was so disgusting. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope that you have a beautiful evening. As always, if you guys want to book a personal reading, you can always visit www.violettaalexis.com, which is my website. Thank you guys so much for everything. I truly hope that you have the absolute best night ever. I'm thinking of all of you, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Kinez, and thank you to Complexity. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.